This conference will now be recorded.
Hey guys, now today we are going to discuss about one of the important topic. Okay, that is for service object. Okay, like earlier, what two things we done? We done with the pods. We deploy the pods, and then we deploy the replica sets, and then we are going to deploy the service now. Okay, when we go for pods, when you go for replica sets, when you go for service object. Now let's say take first call on this, then we'll go for hands-on. Okay, just what we do now, what is a pod? Is a pod is nothing but it's a like as it's a one container, maybe group of containers, dependency container will run in the single pod that running. Now for example, the same set of application you want to run the 10 times. What you do, that 10 parts we won't write, right? We've written the replica sets in the, we mentioned that I want to create a 10 replicas, then it will get the 10 pods. Okay, these replica sets and pods are the loose coupling we have seen yesterday, right? Now what you do, you want to access outside the these pods, this application, what you do, we are going to use the service object for that. Okay, because of why we are require this service object means, now the pod is that IP, what are the assign, that QB proxy will assign to the IP to the whom, these pods, right? That for example, if something, the container will be goes down, something goes down, it will create new container, but it will come the new IP, right? Now the pods will can't communicate with the one to each other with the different times, right? Now we can't dynamically assign the IPs, and that IPs won't be communicate. Okay, now what we do, we create the one service object, that service object we integrate with that replicas, like as what is the replica set, we are going to use label, and how we both are communicating means, we are going to use, this is the main thing is the label selector. Okay, it is the topic is a label selector based on like a service object, what is the say label selector we are going to use, the same label selector we are going to use the replica set. Okay, clear, that we are going to see today now. Okay, now let's shall we done with the last class? Let's create that our dashboard first. Okay, that dashboard is available in the where? We have in the QB system and dashboard service, right? Now let's take it out that. We already set up this everything. Okay, just I'm going to show you the like as get that. Dashboard. Okay, under this namespace we have set up we deploy the Kubernetes dashboard. Now let's access this. Now this is one, which is the port we need to access this. Now earlier it was cluster IP, we changed to the node IP. Okay, node port. Then if you want to access outside of the world, this application should be have the node port. Okay, then 30351 we need to access, right? Now let's go to the our master node. Okay, HTTP yes colon, and then what is the port? 30351. 30351. Okay, let's advanced, not now. Yes, accept and discontinue, because of my Chrome is not allow this unsecure websites. That's why I open in the Firefox here. Okay, now let's take a token. This token we need to get it from the secret service. Okay, now I have a command to get that token also. Okay. From this is the command, I'm get the only single token. Okay, you can use this is also okay, the same thing. but it will give the exactly only one token for particular namespace, whatever we log in that, right? QB system namespace. Now let's go here, run this. Now we got the token. Just only one time execute and keep it this one, and whenever you log in, right, use this. No need to do it every time. Okay. Wait, if you are save this token, that's fine. That's great. Okay. If you don't ask next time onwards. Okay. Now these are the things. What are things we done yesterday? We replica set we deployed. Okay. This is we deployed for the 10 replica set we done, and then we deploy the pods also. Now what we do today, we are going to use the any label selector and particular replica set, and we are going to deploy now. Okay. Now let's see what are the replica set we are going to deploy. How to get it? kubectl get replica sets. What are the replica sets we have? This is the WebRS, right? Now this WebRS we have, but we have the different, like as two WebRS are there, but there is a different label selector is there. That one we deleted and one we created, right? But we deployed in the different with different label selector. If you want, you can select with the get pods and see the hyphen show hyphen labels. Now it show the all the labels also. Okay. Now which is the one trending now? This is the one. This is the one we used for the yesterday, and earlier we created the hello world and hello worlds. One label we created, right? That label. Okay. Now see that which is the part, which is the replica set we used to deploy yesterday. Yeah, my array something, right? Yeah. Now this one, this replica set, and this is the our labels can be used. Earlier we deployed 2 times and we use for loose coupling purpose, we remove the replica set and then we add the replica set again. That testing purpose we use, right? Now think, if I use the hello worlds in this, now the 5 contents will be added to our service object. Okay, let's go and create the service object now. Okay, now I'm going to create a service object. Let's go service object. Now let's take our lab nodes. We have the complete lab nodes for this. Okay, all service objects. We already done these things. Replica sets done, right? Now this is a replica set we discussed, right? One replica set having the number of pods inside that. Okay, and this is the way we specify the replica sets that we discussed. And then this is a replica set example. Okay, and we're done this. This is loose coupling we done, right? Again replica set. This is what we done, and we deploy. This is this current state. YAML file output and JSON output we can get it. This is done. Now desired state, current state we checked. Okay, we remove this replica set. Okay, using the cascade option, and then we delete the replica set and we add it and we deploy it again, right? Now this we are going to discuss about the scaling replica sets. That even though the scaling also we done. Now Kubernetes services, right? What is that, like accessing the pods inside the cluster, outside of the cluster? This is using service object. We are going to do this basically outside the cluster. Pods are unreliable. Why? The pods will be up and running. Like if something pod will come new, that will be with new IP will be assigned for that. That's why we are saying that pod IPs are unreliable. Okay. This is the things. These 3 things will take care of that. First, we need to clear up something terminal, like as this is terminology. Pod and replica set deployment Kubernetes service. These are the 4 services we are going to use mainly in the Kubernetes. Okay, and this what we do, we create the manifest, we apply, we post into the API server. Then what we do, second, we need to know the every service gets to the stable IP and DNS name to access the outside of the world. And third thing is we need to know the service uses the label dynamically associated with the pods. That's what we discussed about the label selector. Okay, that's 3 things we should be take care of before going to deploy application. Now if you want to, like as what happening, this pods based application deployed via replica set, it shows the client could not be component the app that doesn't have the any reliable network because of this endpoint, because of the pods will be coming and going, right? We don't have a reliable network. If you want to make it reliable IP, what we do here, we are going to deploy into the service object. How? Look like this. we deploy the service object, we call the service object. This service object based on the IP address, and then label selector will be added to the this service object, and this will be accessed through this service IP. Okay, how and all, let's see now. Okay, this label are loose coupling anyway, like as we are going to select the service object, that what is the zone pod and version 1, right? It is going for the what are the these labels are both matched in the pod, it will be added to the this service object. But labels should be matched, or else you don't add. Okay, remember, take care. Huh? This is what I am showing. Okay, let's see. Now, if I deploy this our service object, I am going to create now. Let's take a input of this. Let's create now. Vi. I'm going to give the svc dot anything. This name is anything for your best, just service purpose. I'm going to give svc. Now see here, this label, right? If you add here yes, that 5 pod will be adding in this service object. Okay, this label selectors means what you're playing. This is a object will be added to the service object. Okay, clear? Then these labels. Okay, this label and that label we should be matched. Okay, these two labels. Okay, now let's go and deploy. Got it, right? This remember, this node port we can access outside of the world. Okay, and this is the like as which application is accessing this, what are the we are going to deploy application, that application whatever we have that we deployed in the pod, right? That we can access the port number is internal using the 800 node port is the triple like a 30,001. Okay, clear? This is my name of metadata of my service object related, and this label will be, this is the labels of matching with this our selector labels. Okay, just save this. Okay, then next what we do, how we are going to deploy this kubectl. I'll show that one more time if you want. Okay, and how that is command kubectl apply -f of svc apply or create, anything you can use. Okay, now the service object is created. Okay, let's how to get this service object. Kubectl, you get, even service also can give full name, or else we can use the shortcut also svc. Okay, now here this earlier we have the kubernetes we installed, that time this is a service object. Now this is the what hello service node port is running on the this one. Okay, and if you want to describe this, what you do, what is the command kubectl. Okay, describe svc of hello service, right? Action. Can okay, spell mistake, one second. Okay, this is the what, this is complete information about you that our application. Now see, this is how actually this static IP is giving for that all. This is a node port, and this is access outside of the port. And what is the endpoint of this? Okay, these are the what, this we have the all the nodes, right? This is what all the 5 containers whatever we have, their IPs it's added into the our service object. What is this endpoints mean? This is a pod IPs. This is our pod IPs. If you want, you can go check the like as kubectl get pods. Okay, that get pods, and then this describe. Then there we can see that every pod IP address. Okay, clear now? This is the static IP for them. Okay, we need to access this right now. Let's go and access the service object. And remember one thing, if you want to access the service object, you should be allow the port of 6783 UDP port inside the our security group 6783. I think I have already added when we were installing, right? Let's see here, launch object inbound on 6783 and 6784 for UDP objects. Okay, UDP objects I have 6783 and 6784, right? These are for accessing outside of the world using the UDP. Let's access the application now. Let's go and access now. Anyway, we have that URL here, right? Yes, 4 zeros, right? Sorry. Double. One second. Now, see, one second. Actually, I got a call from actually. Wait, one second. Now, this is a port, right? 330,001. Let's access this now. Application. This is not HTTPS. Okay, HTTP of this is the 0 is extra. Copy this. Okay, let's access the application now. One sec. What's happening? That's only we can access public IPs. We can access that. That's the one we used basically. One second. Let me should work basically. This is the one. Basically, we can access with this public DNS or IP address. One like 3 zeros, right? Correct, right? Port. Yeah. Let's access with this. Sorry. Sorry. Confused. 800. Basically, we can access that switch. We already allow the port number also, but okay, sorry. Okay, that port right 3001 we need to allow in the security group. Forgot. Right, let's go to add it here. Add here in the security group. Anyway, okay, let's add it, save it. Now go here. This application we deploy. Okay. Yes, this image I have taken from the one of the book. Okay, that Kubernetes book. Okay, that's a great book. Just go through this. These images, these documents I have read from there only. Okay, just I'm showing that. It's a very nice book. Okay, fine. Now this is the application we have taken the images, right? Now what do we do next? Next class actually, I'm going to actually have some other come. What we do next tomorrow, we are taking our custom image. Okay, if you have private repository or maybe you have the some other places, we need to download that and we need to be deploy that. Okay, using the deployment object. Okay, we'll see the deployment object tomorrow. Okay guys, one second.